Water. Need of water. You know that water is the most precious and important thing that all living things need to survive. You can probably last for a month without food, but if you get no water, you won't be able to live more than a week. You need water to drink, and that water has to be clean and germ-free. And there are so many other things we absolutely need water for. We need water to grow our food and to keep our body, clothes, houses, and surroundings clean. We need water to make most of the things that we use, as water is an important requirement in the factories. So, we use water in some way or the other every moment that we are alive. With all this, can you imagine living without water? The sources of water. How much water is available on Earth? 70% of our Earth is covered with water. We know that roughly 3/4 of the Earth's surface is covered with water. But most of that is in the ocean. We cannot use this water for any of our daily needs. There is also water in the ice caps and in the atmosphere. We cannot use that either. The water that we can use is in rivers, lakes, and stored as groundwater. The water that we can use is 0.006% of the water that is found on the earth. Which means that in every 1 lakh liters of water on earth, only 6 liters can actually be used by us. Let's see the forms of water. You know that the water on earth keeps moving in a water cycle. Some water on the surface of the earth evaporates and becomes vapor. Some vapor condenses to form clouds, and then the water falls back to the surface of the earth as rain. This rain again becomes a part of the water on the surface of the earth. In places where the temperatures are very low, the water freezes to become ice. In such places, even the rain falls as snow. So, on Earth, we find water in the solid, liquid, and gaseous state. Now let's learn about groundwater. You know that rainwater falls to the surface of the earth. What happens to it then? Some of it runs off, some of it evaporates again, and some of it seeps into the ground. This is called infiltration. This water that seeps into the ground fills up the spaces in the rocks and gets stored there. This water is called groundwater. In some places, there are gaps between layers of hard rock where the water can collect. We call this an aquifer. We can pull this water out through tube wells and hand pumps. The highest level of groundwater is called the water table. At different places, this level changes. Even at the same place, the level can change with seasons. It usually goes lower in the summer. When we pump more and more water out of the ground, the water table goes lower too. What did we just learn? Water is the basic necessity of life. We need water in some way or the other for every moment that we live. Though there is plenty of water on earth, very little can actually be used for our needs. Water on the earth keeps moving in a water cycle. Water that seeps into the ground is called groundwater. We can access it by digging wells. The highest level at which groundwater is found is called the water table.